Hey guys, welcome back. It's Damian Senior, creator of Heroes of the Shire. We hope you guys enjoyed our 1v1 combat that we had a quick playthrough yesterday, myself, and I've got Chloe here with me again today. Chloe played the Hunter and I played the Warrior. Today we're going to bring you a Blood Mage versus Shaman battle. I'm going to be challenging my inner vampire with the Blood Mage, whilst Chloe's going to be showing you guys the power of totems over there. Similar to yesterday, we've both got our spell mastery boards just tucked underneath our main hero board. We have already set the game up. We've got off screen because we're just using a mobile phone to record this. It doesn't give us much depth. We've got some tokens just off screen over here that we'll be dipping our hands in and out of shortly. And we've got the same for our conditions over here. I have decided to take my Blood Mage down the path of blood magic. Blood magic is sort of direct damage, increasing all my shadow damage spells. It gives me access to a fantastic new spell here called Twisting Nether, which hopefully I'll get the opportunity to cast shortly, alongside Decompose, Dark Soul, and Forward Thinking. What build have you gone for over there, Chloe, with your Shaman?
I've gone for Elemental Power over here. Hoping to do a little bit of healing, bolt connection, and focused attack.
So just point out the Elemental Power is the Shaman's DPS build. Okay. So, okay, we've both gone DPS builds then. So hopefully this will be a fast game because we've got lots of firepower. It's a 1 versus 1, so we have no healers or tanks to help us. Yeah, okay, I was expecting a good 4 or 5 turns. And are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, fantastic. We've set the turn order up. My agility is 6, Shaman over there is 5, so my Blood Mage will be going first during combat. Okay, turn 1. No tokens, so skip my token upkeep. No dice, I skip my dice upkeep. We come straight into my hero's ability upkeep. It's called Blood Offering, and it says, every time I cast an attack spell, I may pay 1 health, and in exchange for adding a bleed condition to my attack spell. So we're basically offering up health points in the form of adding blood to our attacks, which I really like. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that right away, and I'm going to come straight in with a attack. I'm going to cast Dark Soul. It's a spell over here on my spell mastery board, on my skill tree. It deals 3 damage, plus it gives you a darkness condition. That darkness condition lasts for 3 turns. It also has an intellect attack modifier, so it's 3 plus my intellect value, which is 5, a grand total of 8 incoming damage to you, Chloe.
Okay. 8 damage minus my 5. That's 3. And it was darkness of 3 turns, wasn't it?
Yep, darkness for 3 turns.
Okay. Down to 34 HP.
And I pass the turn.
Okay. So my token upkeep, darkness moves down a column. Dice upkeep, I have no dice, so I skip that phase. And I go straight to the hero's upkeep. The Shaman's ability is really cool. She gets to summon 2 totems at the beginning of her turn, as long as there are no totems already in play. So I think I will... Oh, we get little bonuses for if the totems match up, and I think I'll take advantage of that. So
do you want to just let the viewers know what totems they can choose from?
Oh yeah, so we've got electric, fire, water, earth, and ice. So I think I'll go for water and electric, which the bonus over here for water and electric gives me +1 intellect. But this special little ability over here on the spell mastery board says I also get an additional +1 intellect if I have water and electric.
So is that +2 intellect? Yeah, with conductive power.
So I will get +1. I'll just put +2 intellect. Okay, so onto the spell. I think one of the best spells is this electric spell over here.
So for those of you that tuned in yesterday, you'll be familiar with how the warrior plays with the stances. that when I jump into brawl stance or defensive stance, I'm limited to only casting spells from that stance. The Shaman board is very similar. You can see that Chloe over here has fire totems, these 2 spells. She has water totems, these 2, electricity totems, these 2, earth totems, and ice totems. So when she summons these totems, at the moment she only has electricity. What was the other one, Chloe?
Electric and water. So
it limits her to only casting spells from those totem trees.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for this additional electric we brought over here.
Okay.
Called Bolt Connection, which reads, it's 0 damage but my intellect. So we have currently 8 intellect.
Okay, so is that an attack of 8?
Yeah. So maybe do that bit first.
Okay, my defense is 4, so I take 4 down to 34.
Okay, and it says plus you can cast your lightning bolt spell, ignoring its cooldown.
Okay.
So I don't have to put a cooldown die on here, but I can cast this spell straight away after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so
not looking good. Go on. What does lightning bolt do?
So lightning bolt is my intellect currently 8 plus 4. That is 12.
12 damage.
12
I can
damage.
defend that for 4, so I take a grand total of 8, taking me down to 26.
Okay. Plus it grants paralyze, which stops you from attacking.
I'm paralysed for how many turns?
2 turns.
2 turns. Okay.
Yeah.
And is that end of turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have no pets, unlike yesterday where we were playing the hunter. So turn order card, nice and easy. Taking it in turns, unless we change agility values, which Chloe can actually do playing the Shaman. I will always be going first unless Chloe changes her, buffs her agility value. So back to my turn, token upkeep. I'm now only paralysed for 1 turn. My cooldown dice in my dice upkeep will drop down to 2, so I can cast Dark Souls again in 2 more turns. And then we come on into our main phase. Our main phase, I'm paralysed, so that means I can't cast any of my attack spells. And my attack spells are these 5 on the bottom row here. So now I'm only limited to these 5 support spells over here. So I think what I would like to do is take advantage of that darkness condition that I gave Chloe earlier with my Dark Soul spell. Now darkness is a condition where the enemy receives 8 undefendable damage should a hero die, a gadget die, a pet. Hence why now I'm going to cast Through Darkness. Through Darkness allows me to summon a Blood Demon, and I add a Blood Demon card to my ability tab. So I'm going to take my Blood Demon card. This is just a prototype. We haven't had the artwork complete on the Blood Demon card yet. I'm going to add my Blood Demon over here to my ability tab. Blood Demon has health points of 12 and an agility of 6. So I'll take my Blood Demon and I will pop the Blood Demon in front of the Blood Mage in the turn order card. Okay, so just for the viewers at home, we have changed the turn order card ever so slightly. So after a player's taken a turn, they will actually flip this over to a blank side. And that blank side lets everybody else know that that hero has taken their turn this round. So right now, we would flip the Blood Mage over, but for my previous prototype, these were all double-sided. So for argument's sake, if I just take it off for now to remind us that I've taken my turn this round, because I've just summoned a Blood Demon, the turn order still goes from highest agility to lowest agility. So right now, my turn is over with the Blood Mage. Instead of going to the Shaman's turn, it actually goes to the Blood Demon first before the Shaman. Okay, so the Blood Demon's turn, no token or dice upkeep. We go straight into the main phase, but we have here a static ability and it says Blood Stack. At the beginning of my turn, which is the Blood Demon's turn and not the Blood Mage, you receive a bleed condition.
Okay. I take 1 damage from the lead.
Okay, lovely. And I will cast my only spell here and it's called Bloodshed. I'm going to deal 1 damage, but I have a strength modifier, which is +6. So I'll hit you for a grand total of 7, Chloe.
Okay, my defense is 5, so I take 2 damage.
And then that will be the turn over for the Blood Demon. And then it's back over to your turn.
Okay. So I will drop these tokens down. Electric and water for one more turn. The
Darkness
for one
condition.
more turn, and I also drop down 1 health from the bleed. Dice upkeep. 3 damage. I think we will cast make use of this intellect I've got still here. Maybe water cloud.
Remember your... Oh no, you do have a water totem summon, don't you? Sorry, it's underneath this pile here.
Yes, yeah,
Your
earth and
water and electricity.
Yeah, water and electric. So I think I'll cast this attack spell, water cloud. So it is my 8 intellect plus the 2 damage.
So 10 damage total.
Damage.
Defense of 4, I take 6, 26, down to 20.
And then you get -1 defense for 2 turns.
Okay.
That doesn't have a cooldown. It has a cooldown of 0, so I don't place a dice on it that turn.
Okay, fantastic. And that's the end of the round.
Yeah, end of round.
Okay, so the round starts all over again. Blood Demon going first. Blood Demon's turn again. No dice or token upkeep. We go straight to the main phase. There's that static ability. It forces another bleed condition on you. Sorry, Chloe.
Okay.
And bleed condition is one of the only 2 conditions in the game that can actually stack. So an enemy can have as many bleed conditions as their opponent can give them.
Down to 29.
And I will cast Bloodshed again. I will attack you for a grand total of 7, which is 1 damage plus my strength modifier of 6.
Okay, down another 2.
Where are you at now?
27 now.
27.
Yep.
Okay, that's the Blood Demon's turn over. Goes to the Blood Mage. Blood Mage. My lowered defense only lasts 1 more turn. I am not paralyzed anymore, thankfully. Dice upkeep. My Dark Soul will come back in 1 more turn. And so will my Through Darkness ability. I'm now going to show you guys something that I don't think has been spoiled before. The Blood Mage can actually sacrifice his pets. The Blood Mage can actually sacrifice other heroes. We're not in a team battle or a scenario mode, so I can't benefit from my Dark Ritual or my Blood Pact. So I'm going to cast a spell over here called Benevolent Sacrifice. It's got a cooldown of 4, and it reads, sacrifice your Blood Demon. So goodbye, Mr. Blood Demon. In exchange, I gain 8 health points, taking me up to 28. I also gain 3 intellect for 3 turns. Intellect, 3 turns. And I gain advantage for 1 turn. Now, advantage is a condition that grants me 50% more damage on my next attack. So that is common knowledge. So Chloe can see that I have an advantage condition. And tactically, she has a choice. She can either maybe try to defend against it or ignore it and suffer the consequences. But, sorry Chloe, that will be the end of the Blood Mage's turn. There's nothing in his end step, so please continue.
Okay. So token upkeep, the darkness disappears.
Oh, my apologies. I forgot you had your darkness condition. That was the whole reason
sorry.
I sacrificed my demon. So whenever a pet or a hero dies, when an enemy has a darkness condition, you lose 8 damage, which is undefendable.
Okay.
I knew there was a reason I was sacrificing my demon.
Down to 19.
19 versus 28. Come on, Blood
There you
Mage.
go.
I need to
Okay.
make up for yesterday's loss with my warrior build.
Okay, so token upkeep. Darkness disappears. Tokens fade. Select new tokens in a moment. The 1 from the bleed, 1 from the bead, down to another. Drop
2,
down to
taking
2
you into
health,
17.
And also the intellect disappears because the totems have disappeared.
Yeah, that's right. There's no water and electricity
No
totems
bonuses.
anymore, so
Nope.
your bonus of +1 agility over here
Yep.
disappears.
The dice upkeep drops down there. And I think I'll summon a couple of new totems to try and make use of these bonuses over here.
Yep.
I think I'm going to go fire. Fire and ice. Okay, which grants...
That sounds very familiar. I'm pretty sure we've got a box called that.
Fire and ice, which says enemies receive -1 defense.
I've already got one
I
defence.
know.
Another
I
one.
have another one.
For how long? Does it state or not?
It's the bonus. So until these
Permanently,
Yeah.
until those totems disappear.
Yeah.
So they're what we call semi-permanent buffs.
Okay. So the fire and ice on either end of the board. I am going to choose to cast. You haven't got the blood demon out, so I don't need a multiple target spell. I think I could either buff myself, intellect maybe.
You could put up an ice wall, or you could create a blizzard.
I think we'll go for an ice wall because it will affect you.
It might
Your
negate
next-
some of the incoming
yeah,
damage
for
from this
your
advantage
next
condition
attack.
I have, yeah.
So, all enemies, this is multiple enemies, but currently only player versus player. So, you get -2 strength and intellect for 3 turns.
3 turns?
3 turns.
Oh, okay. Strength and intellect, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Will hope prevent some damage.
Yeah, so instead of stacking these tokens +3 and a -2, I'm just going to swap that to be a +1 to make my board less busy. So now I only have +1 intellect.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Oh, sorry, I did forget. I killed my demon, so he
Yeah,
should
it should
come
be
off the
gone.
turn order card temporarily. Unless I have some sort of way to bring him back. Only one way to find out. Okay, so we go back to next round.
Yep.
I will go first. Token upkeep. That one, lose that -1 defense. Advantage is only for this turn. All my tokens are done. Now go to dice upkeep. I can cast Dark Souls again. The cooldown is back. Through Darkness goes to a cooldown of 4. My apologies, 3. And Benevolent Sacrifice to 3 as well. Okay, in my main phase, I'm not paralysed anymore and I have advantage. I need to take advantage of this. What are you at? You...
17.
17. Okay. I was talking about that Twisting Nether earlier. I think I'm going to cast that now, actually. It's got a cooldown of 6. Twisting Nether, it's a split spell. So split spells, I like casting 2 spells together, but we always resolve the left spell first, followed by the right spell. So Twisting Nether states 5 damage to all enemies. So I will target you, plus my intellect, and my intellect is buffed up by 1, so it's a total of 6. 6 plus 5, grand total of 11.
Okay.
Okay. However, I have an ability at the bottom here called Shadow Blood. My shadow spells, and this is a Twisting Nether, is a shadow elemental spell. It grants an additional +1 damage. So that 11 will be buffed up to 12.
Okay, so 12 damage minus my defense 5. I take 7. Down to 10 HP.
Okay, and the second, sorry, my apologies. What I would like to do as well, because I've cast an attack spell now, is I would like to offer up some blood, taking myself down to 27, to add a bleed ability, or a bleed condition, should I say, to that attack. So I'll grab you another bleed condition, Chloe, from...
I can see one here.
Oh, you got one?
Yep.
No, there's a couple there, yeah.
Yep.
A bleed condition, and then you take yet another damage.
Down to 9.
That's what we like. And my apologies, I've missed another thing here. I had advantage, so you take an additional 50% more. So the attack was 12, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your defense was 5, so that's 7. An extra 50% of 7 would be 3.5. That's always rounded up, so that would be 4. So you take an extra 4 damage from that attack, taking you down to 5. And the second half of the spell grants the same thing you were giving me last turn, -1 defense for 3 turns.
Okay.
I am seeking my revenge from yesterday. And that will be the end of the Blood Mage's turn.
Okay. Token upkeep. Tokens drop down. Bleed disappears. Totems. Oh, we have another bleed there.
4, and you have another bleed.
And I have another bleed. These drop down to there and have another bleed, so that will take me to 3 health. Okay, dice upkeep. think I picked the wrong totems last turn because I'm locked into fire and ice. So I can't do any healing.
Oh yeah. There's one thing I can see on your board to stop me killing you next turn, but let's see if you can. Let's see if you can see it yourself. And let's see if any of the viewers at home can see it. And sorry, you might not be able to actually see clearly the spell boards, but we will do a few more deep dives into some of our heroes, so you can do some of your theory crafting of your own.
Well, I don't want to do combustion because that's going to grant me the -2 defense, and I've already got lower defense. So,
Has she seen it yet? What totems do you have out? Sorry.
I have ice and fire.
Oh, my apologies then. That's my mistake actually, because I'm looking at a spell that is not in those totems.
Yeah, I can't.
So,
I don't think
sorry,
I can.
yeah, you're limited to fire and ice.
Yeah, so I can buff my intellect. Potentially. I think we'll do this cool spell here.
Okay.
Which is an ice spell called Focused Attack. Your next attack strikes twice. You can cast an attack spell now, so I will put a die on that. So my next attack.
Oh,
You're
just going out with a bang.
I'm going out with a bang because I can't heal. So this next attack is going to strike twice. Don't think it's going to do too much damage. I think we'll go for Flame Blast, which is my 6 intellect plus the 5. That's 11.
Okay, my defense is 3. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
3. Yep. Sorry. 11 minus 3. Sorry, I take 8.
8.
So 27 minus 8 takes me to 19.
And it strikes twice, so you get hit for another 8.
Another 8. Okay,
yeah.
so it takes me to 11. That's it's not too bad. It's looking more even.
Yeah, and I think that's turn because
Okay, fantastic. I think you are finished. You still have those totems, so I still have this debuff. Then token up keeps finished, so now I'll go to my dice upkeep. Twisting Never, saving the day, Never Net Sacrifice. In my main phase, I think I'm going to give Chloe one more little glimmer of hope. What am I going to do? Let's have a look. I'm going to cast, I'll give you one more turn. I'm going to cast Internal Bleeding. This says that I receive a bleed condition, hence the name Internal Bleeding. Whilst I have a bleed condition on me, when I offer up blood, instead of adding a bleed condition, it can now add a lacerate condition, which deals 2 damage per turn instead of the 1 damage internal bleeding. That will be the end of turn.
Okay. So token upkeep. These totems fade away, so your -1 defense disappears. And that bleed fades away, but this bleed does take effect, so down to 2 health. I think I dice upkeep. 3. I think I'm forced a little bit into sort of regeneration, so I think I will go for let's go for electric, so I can cast those. And
one of a totem. Take your pick.
Let's see if we've got any combos over here. Electric and water would give me +1 intellect. Electric and fire. Maybe not fire.
Whilst Chloe's deciding which totem to pick, guys, I'll just fill you in that there's a grand total of 5 totems that can be summoned from this summon totem ability. But meanwhile, there are actually 7 little tokens down here, these totem tokens. And that's because on 2 of the other... Sorry, Chloe, if I just slide this underneath here. Oh, sorry, I think that might actually be out of frame now. Let me have a look. Yeah, it is, sorry. On this spell board, we have Totem Mastery, which unlocks a wind totem. And on regeneration, this also unlocks a healing totem. So, sorry, you can pop that back under now if you like.
Okay.
Which will grant you access to add these to your summon totem ability at the beginning of turn.
Okay, I'm going to go for electric and water, which grants me +1 intellect from this little bonus over here, but this ability is unlocked as well, so it'll be an additional +1.
From your conductive power,
so
yep.
I'll just get a +2 intellect. And I think I will then cast the alternative current, which gives me energy, gives one person energized for 3 turns, and I gain 3 HP. So I'll gain my 3 HP. Back up to 5.
However, if you remember, energized is a condition that grants you 50% more health when you heal.
Oh yes, that's why the first bit. So 50% more health, I gained 3 health.
Yeah, so you would gain an extra 1.5 and it's always rounded up, so you'd gain an extra 2.
Up to 7.
And there's your energized token. How long does that last?
3 turns.
3 turns.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
is that turn?
and that's turn, yeah.
Okay. Ew. Back over to my turn. I lose my reduced strength. I lose my buffed intellect. I will take 1 damage from the bleed condition, taking me down to 10. Token upkeep finished into my dice upkeep. Benevolent Sacrifice is back in 1 more turn. Internal Bleeding, 2 more turns. Through Darkness, 1 turn. Twisting Never, 4 turns. Okay. I think we're going to go with Siphon Life. Siphon Life. What are you at? You're at 7 health
7,
with
yeah.
a defense of 1. So that's...
No, defensive.
Sorry, I'm looking at this -1. Sorry, 5 -1. So you've got a defense of 4. 4 add on top of the 7 health. I can kill you if I can deal an attack of more than 11. I'm sorry, Chloe. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to cast Plasma Wave over here. Deal 6 damage plus my intellect, which is 5. A grand total of 11. Now, because I have this bleed condition, I am also at the same time going to offer up 1 health with my Blood Offering ability over here, taking me down to 9, which will add a lacerate condition to the spell. So it's a grand total of 11.
11.
You need not worry with the lacerate, because I think the damage takes you to 0 anyway.
Yeah.
It's 11. You've got a defense over there of 4. You get hit for 7. Takes you to 0.
Well
so
done.
there we go.
Well done, Blood Mage.
Yeah, thank you, Chloe. That was revenge for thrashing the hunter yesterday. Thrashing my warrior yesterday with your warlock.
With my hunter.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah, it's been a long night. So there you go, guys. There's a little bit of a playthrough with the Blood Mage and the Shaman hero over here. The Shaman is a fantastic support character. Chloe went down a DPS build, so it's a little bit squishy. And the Blood Mage is just doing awesome vampire Blood Mage type things. So thanks very much for tuning in, joining us. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye-bye.